the Houston Rockets are the ones that have the advantage, but Portland coming after a win in Portland the other night. With me, Ra-Itv. And after they won their first game, you said you'd never been on the floor with an opposing player who had scored 42 points, which Brandon Roy did. Yeah. And last game, Roy and Aldridge combined for 50. What's going on? Are you underestimating how good they are, or is there something you guys need to do to improve your defense?
Nah, I think they're doing a good job. Well coached. Well coached. Roy's probably the best player I've played against. To me, he's the best shooting guard. Not on defense now. His defense is kind of suspect, but he's the best player I played against.
He's a better player than Kobe Bryant, a better player than LeBron James?
He's the best player I played against.
Are you saying that just because he's your opponent in this series?
No, he is. He's the best player I played against. Outside a guy from my hood in Queensbridge, a guy named Mike Chaffer. He went to jail a couple of years, but he was 16, 15 years old. But he was the best player I played against, and now it's Roy.
Well, you're too young to have played against Charles Barkley and Kenny Smith and the guys, but if you had played against them, you think they would have been better players than Brandon Roy?
I think Charles probably a bit overrated. Charles, he was a good player. He was a little small. He didn't have no defense, so I'm not sure, what type of player or how I would have fared against him, but, I know Michael Jordan said he wish he would have played against me in his prime.
Okay, well, it's Houston against Portland, but the word from the court is that Charles Barkley was overrated. Back to you, EJ.
All right, Segs, and that brings us to the KFC Grill Zone question.
The Q Burrow is in the building. Hey, my boy in Queensbridge, you know what I'm saying, back in the day, you know what I mean? Nice.
He's in prison now.
Exactly.
Here's the KFC Grill Zone question. Does that Ra-Itv comment anger or amuse the Chuckster?
Q Burrow. Did he say you were a little weak? Because he said the muscles.
He says he was a little overrated.
He
didn't play any defense.
When you start out that
you sweating,
this guy, but he's in prison now. That kills his credibility right there. And plus, bro, we got to get him a blowout kit. Says, you don't know what a blowout kit is, do you?
Haven't used one in a while.
My grandmother was a cosmetologist. It's something they do to your hair to get the kinks out.
Believe me, I remember.
We got to do something about his hair, man. We got to give him some of that green grease.
To relax.
Oh, goodness gracious, Lordy. Hey, man.
Are you okay?
This is work, Ernie.
Seriously, you see that hair?
Man. Let's see another look at Ron.
Come on, man. Come on, relax it or do something.
Defense is a little.
Can we just play the end of that?
Michael Jordan wanted to play. Michael Jordan wanted to play against him in this.
Yeah. Can we hear the end of that one more time by chance? Here's the tail of the tape.
Let him know, Ron.
Defensive player of the year. 1 year you let in fouls, and with Houston, averaging 17 compared to Charles 16.
He averaged more points as a Rocket. Crazy, bro. Yeah, Q Burrow. Tell your boy back in Q Burrow, we said what up. His boy could have beat Chuck too.
Let's hear that one more time just to soak it in. Here we go.
He's the best player I played against. Outside a guy from my hood in Queensbridge, a guy named Mike Chaffer. He went to jail a couple of years, but he was 16, 15 years old. But he was the best player I played against, and now it's Roy.
Well, you're too young to have played against Charles Barkley and Kenny Smith and the guys, but if you had played against them, you think they would have been better players than Brandon Roy?
I think Charles probably a bit overrated. Charles, he was a good player. He was a little small. He didn't have no defense, so I'm not sure, what type of player or how I would have fared against him, but, I know Michael Jordan said he wish he would have played against me in his prime.
Okay, well, it's Houston against Portland, but the word from the court is that Charles Barkley was overrated. Back to you.
You gotta love it.
Outstanding job by Craig
We got the
Sager.
Bridges Over song. We need to play the bridge. Then my boy Michael Chatworth, you know what I'm saying? Shout out. Mike. QB Burrow.
I talk to Mike all the time. They always say, I wish I could have played against Ron. I tested my prime.
Hey, but I'm telling you, I know who Mike Chapwood is. You mean Bravehearts? I do know who he is. He was kind of nice, though. He might have gave it to you, Chuck.
Red Sox and Rays, Sunday MLB on TBS.
Lucky you wasn't born in Projects and QB, Chuck.
Well, I guarantee he didn't call me out when I was in the pen, so we will never know.
Hey, he didn't do that big. Hey, did you see him that weekend?
I saw some guy named Mike. I didn't know that's it. They said, I want to be like Mike. I didn't know that damn Mike. Sometime I dream he is me. I want to be like Mike.
Mike from Q Burrow.